Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Wordpress video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, I had a question on one of my videos, and it's from a gentleman by the name of Gilson Silva. I hope I said your name right there. How to align a button or call to action in a section in the middle of the page. And he's given us a link there. And it says, when do I align to the right, it gets cut off on a mobile. So sounds like something's not working correctly there. So let's just add a quick section here. I've got obviously this is Divi theme. Divi is awesome. If you're making WordPress sites, I do suggest you check it out. And you can check it out from a link below this video. I've got Divi theme here, obviously. I've got my visual builder engaged. So let's add a quick section and see if we can't solve this issue or answer this question. So let's add a new row, add a new section, and I'll just add a regular row. And inside that row, let's put a call to action. I've got a feeling call to action is aligned center by default. And let's go down to the link, and I'll just put a hashtag in so the button appears. There it is. Yeah, and that's actually aligned center by default. And to realign it to the left and the right, we go to design, go down to the button, and you can put it on the left, center, or on the right. Just with these little arrows here under the design tab under button. So not quite sure what the problem is. It says when I align to the right, it gets cut off on mobile. So let's save that. I'm using Google Chrome here. So I'm going to hit the F12, get the inspector up. And I'm going to toggle it to mobile view. Okay, well that looks pretty normal to me. It looks a bit silly with the button on the left and the text center, but that doesn't matter. That's not the question. Like I say, that seems to be displaying fine. Not sure why you're having a problem with that. So let's take that off. Remember, with Divi, it gives you options to do different things. For instance, let's clone this with the two little boxes here. So you can display different things on different sized viewing devices such as tablets and mobile phones. And let's clone it one more time. Alright, let's put the second one. Let's put the button in the middle. So you can see there, that button's in the middle on that one. And this one, let's put the button on the left. And save that one. Okay, so we got three of these things here. Of course, we don't want to display. Let's display this one on a desktop, this one on a tablet, and this one on a cell phone. So to do that, we just go into the module itself that we want to display here. Go to Advanced, down to Visibility, and we'll say Disable. So you want to check the boxes of the things you don't want it to display on. So we'll say Phone and Tablet. So it's only going to display on the desktop. Do the same for this one. And we'll say only display on a tablet. You can see it's grayed it out because I'm on desktop mode at the moment. And this one will say only display on a cell phone. Same thing. Advanced tab, visibility. Check the two you don't want. And phone, and again it's grayed out because it doesn't want to display it on a desktop. Now let's see what happens. Okay, when I click my little toggle there, it should just display the one that's on the left. Let's have a look. There we go. Whoops. Let's roll up a little bit so you can see. There's the one on the left. Actually, I'll save this because it's still showing those in their blanked out versions. So let's just save my changes. I'll get rid of that inspector for the moment. Got my checkbox, exit the visual builder. Okay, so we're on desktop. We're only seeing the one that's on the right. Let's bring up my inspector again and hit my responsive toggle. Okay, there's an iPhone, so iPhone 678, showing the one on the left. Let's do an iPad, showing the one in the middle. Make that bigger so you can actually see it. Okay, and then of course, well, let's put it on responsive. And as we drag it up, you'll see them change. There's the pad. Slide up, and there's the desktop version when we get to a certain size. So if you're having problems with things displaying on one viewport, then you can just use this option and do 3 different versions to display completely different things on different versions. I hope that's what you were asking. Of course, the other way is saying how to align a button or call to action in a section in the middle of the page. If you've got something, let's enable my visual builder again. Okay, let's just get rid of these sections. I'll get rid of this whole lot. Let's just add another row. And inside this row, I'm just going to put a text block. Kind of like we've been doing with our buttons that we built down here. And I'm going to have just a couple of little words in there. Now let's give it a background color so we can see what's going on. I'm going to put the text in the middle, and I'm going to make the text white so it stands out a little bit more. So I'm going to put the text in the middle there. And what I want to do, I'm going to give this just a fixed length of, like one of our buttons here, of a couple 100 pixels. So I'm going to custom CSS, main element, width 250 pixels. Okay, let's give it a bit of padding so you can see it better. Just give it some padding, top and bottom of 50. There we go. So you can see that pretty well now. And say we want to, let's get the actual block itself, or the actual row itself, and we'll give it a background color so you can see a little bit better as well. Doesn't matter what at this stage. Okay, so we've got a row with an element. There's only one element. This is one whole row, and it's aligned to the left at the moment. By default, it's going to be doing that. Say if you want it to be in the middle, let's go into our little element here, and we'll use a bit of CSS, and we'll give it margin, auto. That'll push it to the middle of the section right there. So that may have been what you were asking. I'm not quite sure. And put a semicolon on the end there. And if you wanted to push it right, you could say float right. If I move this out of the way, and that's over to the right side now. That's another option if you've got things such as an image or something that's smaller than your section, but you want it one way or the other. Like I say, by default, it's going to lock it to the left. So margin, auto. If you spell it right, AUTO, we'll put it in the middle. And what that does basically, you're telling it to automatically make the same margin both left and right, which will squeeze any element into the middle there. So there you have it. I hope that's answered your question. That's a few ways of aligning elements using the Divi WordPress theme. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, have a look down below. We've got some great free courses down there, as well as some premium courses with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers, so do take a look. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.